Hi, if you are new here, my name is Crystal and I own a small business in sunny island Singapore called Bask In The Glow where I handcraft diffusers and I share the behind the scenes process on my YouTube channel here. In this vlog, I am going to bring you along with me to show you the behind the scenes of participating in pop-up markets in Singapore. Of course, everyone's experience is different, but here's my point of view of the process. The days leading up to the pop up market are always really busy. I'm usually occupied with crafting stocks as I want to bring freshly crafted pieces with me. Usually, I'll keep within a 2-week window for this, and I also bring along older stocks as long as they are within a 2-month period from their craft date. The day before is spent updating my POS inventory, ensuring all equipment and stocks are accounted for, and to load up everything in the car. I don't do loading on pop-up day as I want to keep everything fresh and not be sweating buckets even before I get to the venue because usually those days are really long. I'd say I've gotten pretty used to the whole process of driving there, to moving the equipment, to setting up all by myself. Me being me, I prefer not to get help if I can possibly manage things on my own, as I don't really like troubling people. I can handle most events by myself, and I will only request help from my sister or my friends for larger events such as public garden. Upon arrival to the venue, the first thing is to register with the organizer at the entrance. Usually I know where my booth spot is in advance, so all I have to do is provide the booth number and my brand name for verification. For these events, I did get an event tag, and it's actually my first time getting one, so I was thrilled to wear and keep it. Some of the other boothers had already set up the night before, so I could see the silhouette of some of the setups as I make my way to my spot. This is how it looks before opening, usually. And it's time to set up. The process now just takes me about 20 to 30 minutes, and my friends are always so impressed with how I managed to do so, as my setup is considered a little more on the elaborate side. I guess it's from practice, and I usually already planned out in my mind how I like everything to be displayed, so I'm pretty well prepared from start to finish. I'm usually super early as well, and I love taking my own sweet time, making sure everything is in order. Here's how it looks when I'm done. If you'd like to know more about my setup, I have a separate video that I'll link in the description below on the thoughts behind my booth setup. The clips in this video are from 3 of my most recent pop-up events in June and July, with them being Craft Festival, Hobbies Fair, and the Asia Art and Craft Fair. I'd usually have some time after setting up before opening, so I just make my way quickly to grab some food, and that's usually donkey when the event is at Suntec Convention Centre. The store is just 2 levels below, and because I was going to be alone for the whole weekend, I had to stock up on food and water to keep me going. What I love with boothing is that I get to see the friends I made along the way and catch up with them on their new products and, well, just about life in general. I think having small business friends is great as we relate to each other and get to share some tips and advices from our own personal experiences. In a hall filled with people, it's always really nice to see familiar faces nearby and, of course, to make new friends along the way. I had quite a bit of downtime during the events, and I started filming myself eating again and again. If you've not heard about this popular saying among boothers, if you want customers, just sit down and start eating and someone would just come to you. This was so true for me. This was my second time boothing at Craft Festival and my first time at Hobbies Fair and Asia Art and Craft Fair. I did pretty okay in my opinion, but still glad that I covered rental and made some profit. On hard days at pop-ups, I pondered if I would even cover my rental because there are so many other expenses to include such as transport and food and just the manual labor of being at the event for really long hours. These events were about 10 to 12 hours long, and on setup days, I am there 2 hours before opening, so that's about 13 to 14 hours workday for me. And that's not even including transportation time. But so far, I've been blessed to have at least covered everything well. It was a hectic 3 weekend events over the course of 4 weeks, and I was so tired after that. But really happy that I was beside my friend Shanice, who owns Skinny Art Space, for 2 events because we signed up together. She was such a lifesaver, and we witnessed so many special moments of happiness for each other during the events. Her adorable blind box sock series was such a hit, and I was so happy trying my best to capture the moments in photos and videos when she was happily interacting with her customers. On my side, I had this really special moment when I encountered a Taiwanese lady customer at my booth at Asia Art and Craft Fair. She had her eyes on my newly launched flower bouquet portrait diffuser, and I only had the original sample piece on display as it is on pre-order basis only. But since she liked it so much and I could tell that she connected with the piece, and she wanted it so much that I made the rare decision to just sell it to her. This piece means so much to me because this design took me many months and many failures and much practice to be able to produce the final product. And this piece that she brought home was the very first piece that was successful that I've ever made of this design. I called it my original piece. I remember Shanice nudging me to just pack it up for the lady as I was continuously clarifying and asking her if she was really serious about purchasing it. And I'm so grateful that this moment was captured by Shanice, even though the clip was short because we were just, going with the moment around there and we were busy. I can still distinctly remember my thoughts in that moment. I was so grateful that my craft is going to be so loved in its new home all the way in Taiwan. I usually feel that for all of my craft that are sold, but this moment was definitely something else. It meant the world to me. So yeah, even though the events were pretty average to me when I think about it in the money sense, but boothing means so much more than the dollars earned. For me, it is all about the moments I get to spend showing my craft in person, for people to see, touch, and smell my pieces, for me to share about the story behind my brand and to connect with others on an artist/crafter perspective. It's been 4 whole years doing Bask In The Glow, and sometimes I cannot imagine that this is my life now. I thank God for providing me inspirations, stories, and guidance, especially in the times when I feel I cannot go on. He nudges me through an event or an encounter, and I am always reminded and affirmed that I am on this humble journey for His glory. It's now August and time is passing so fast. I am planning for the rest of the year in detail, and there's just so much to do and so much to be excited for. I have really big plans that I will be sharing later this month, and yeah, I can't wait to share more here on my channel when the time is right. But before that, I will be heading to Australia for a short break before the marathon towards the end of the year. And it's me and my husband's 5th wedding anniversary, and we'll be celebrating it by doing what we love, exploring a new country. If you've made it this far, I hope that you have enjoyed this vlog. If you did, do like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!